Beautiful music opens the heart, which is so much more expanded than the brain. And that's what we're here to do, open our hearts and receive that deep spiritual guidance and love that will allow us to live more effectively, joyfully, beautifully. And that's what heaven is really all about. Finding that consciousness in the here and now of our lives. That's what unity is all about. Is there anybody here from another unity today? Okay. Which one is it? Speak loud. Okay. What unity are you from? Okay. All right. Cool. We have a gift for you. Yeah.
Yes, we're new.
All right. You're new. All right, good. Anybody else from another unity? Anybody else who's new to unity? Okay. You are here by divine appointment. When you recognize that, you'll be open to receive more and more the joy, the love, the truth being shared by this minister who will be sharing with you in a couple of minutes.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Boulder. Everyone who's joining us here in the house and everyone who's watching us online, we love spending time with you each week, so thank you for joining us. Got a few announcements of upcoming and ongoing events here at Unity of Boulder. We have started every Monday night at 7 a meditation group that meets down in the meditation room. We call it our emptiness meditation practice. It's led by Rigpa LaJoy. It meets every Monday at 7. You don't have to sign up for it. It's 1 hour of body-centered spatial awareness just to get your week going. It's just a $10 to $15 suggested love offering to get in. So definitely check that out this coming tomorrow evening. But Rigpa also teaches a Kundalini Yoga workshop every Friday at 11:30 over here in Fellowship Hall that goes from 11:30 till 1. So definitely check that out. That's $15. Just drop in, no sign up. Coming up later this month, we are going to be having our summer solstice meditation sound circle downstairs in the meditation room. That is going to actually be led by Rebecca Abraxas, who was moving away, but her plans changed a little bit, so we get to squeeze out one more monthly sound circle out of her in the meditation room, which is fantastic. So that is Friday, June 17th, so definitely come check that out. And last, we have an open source group. That's a young adult group. It's our 18 to 25-year-old group. They will be meeting in the bookstore today at 12:30, and it's just a great group for people 18 to 25 to plug into a nice spiritually led, fun group. So check that out. All right, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity. Nice to see you all here this morning. Thank you. I'll be talking all about it when I get to my sermon, so you'll get to hear the whole behind-the-scenes story of the whole process. But at this point, we're in the moment for a call for prayer, where we can be extensions of prayer for others and bring to mind people that might be needing some sort of prayer around mind, body, or spirit, family members, friends, and recognize the Christ consciousness that's within each and every one of us, and to touch base in their hearts and in their minds, to see them whole and coming back to their homeostasis energy, right? So we can be conduits instead of being worried about the discord in others' lives. We can become a channel of this love and prayer and become more in that recognition that we are all one and we're all interconnected. So it's important to remember that so we don't feel so separate and out of control when we're facing challenges, not only in ourselves and others, and we're welcome to pray for ourselves as well in this moment. Steve Sheets, who's the head of our prayer team, will come down and collect names. There's pieces of paper in front of you if you want to write names down of people you would like to pray for, and then he will come down and collect them, and they will be prayed over for 30 days here at Unity of Boulder, and then sent off to Silent Unity for another 30 days and prayed over there. But we like to sing this song to come in this presence of this room. They say to sing is to pray twice, so we invite you to join us and sing with us. And I'm joined here with my mom and our Unity band.
You are the air I breathe. You are the air I breathe. Your holy presence living in me. And I'm grateful for you. And I'm grateful for you.
Now you know it. Let's sing it together. I want to hear you.
You are the air I breathe. You are the air I breathe. Your holy presence living in me. And I'm grateful for you. And I'm grateful for you. So grateful for you.
Beautiful singing. All right. We're going to have our entertainment club come up and sing a song that we haven't sung probably for 8 years, maybe 9 years, but it's new to you probably. So we ask you to learn it and then sing along.
God, let your light from within shine through us. God, let your light from within shine through us. That we may be whole, that we may have life to find our way in the darkest night. Let your light shine through us. God, let your peace and guiding thoughts transform us. God, let your peace and guiding thoughts transform us, that we may be whole, that we may have life Let your light shine through us.
Let's hear you.
God, let your love with no end, come over us. God, let your love with no end, come over us, that we may be whole, that we may have light to find our way in the darkest night. Let your light shine through us. Let your light shine through us. Let your light shine through us.
Beautiful singing. While you're standing, let's say thank you, God, for this beautiful day.
For this beautiful day.
And turn and meet one another, and let's have a little community and get each other's names.
Thank you, God, for you.
And now pat yourself on the back and say, thank you, God, for me. And mean it and feel it. Thank you, God, for me. Now we'd like to welcome to our stage today's guest artist. We've had her here a number of times. Welcome back, Val, or also known as Poet Val. So take it away, Val.
Thank you. I like that it says AKA my real name. A spring morning. Somewhere, 12 robins light on a hedge outside a New Mexico home. And I think I need to feed them to let them know how welcome they are. Silly me, doubting 3,000 years of ancestral knowing of how to nourish, how to arrive, how to be the first to announce the morning songs through spring. Believing I need to show my love in every human way. I think of them, how they know when it's time to arrive. How their large eyes are the first to see through the dark each morning. How they strut, red-breasted, like Roman soldiers watching over the smaller winged ones who will follow. Whatever else this world is, with its bombs and gray winds and constant news, I want to think of these sentinels, returning feathery and expectant each march. I want to love this muddy world in all its hawk and starling drama. I want to trust myself to know when to return, how to nourish, how to sing up the morning sun. Thank you. Thank you. We just kind of made it up as we went, so thank you, band. You're awesome.
Thank you, Val, and the Unity Band. What a beautiful way to start. Such a connection with the heartbeat of Mother Earth and nature and all of that beauty that God has given us as this heaven on earth, right in the midst of us. Today, I'm celebrating a big moment. I'm going to go beyond the name of our talk because you'll get the whole point of it, but I have crossed the threshold and I am now an ordained Unity minister last Monday. Thank you. I get chills. Yeah, it was one of those feats that I did not expect to have ahead of me. I will go into that, but I just want to start with a Bible quote that's been true to my heart while I've been attending ministerial school. Oh, first of all, this is our family at Uni Village, well, right before I graduated. So that's the home of Unity Worldwide Ministries, and that's the tower behind us with beautiful fountains. And all of my kids and all my brothers and their spouses and children were there to be there for this big moment in my life. And so I'm so grateful for them. I'm grateful for you all that have supported me through this journey. It's not something you can do by yourself, and it definitely is a walk with God and Spirit. but it is something that you really do need a lot of support of your spiritual centers, and you've all been that and beyond that. So this is the quote that's been kind of my guiding light. In Jeremiah 1:4-10, it states that the word of the Lord came to me saying, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." This whole Bible passage, it's much longer, but that's the part that stands out to me. And this is not about me. This is about all of us, right? That the universe already formed us and set us in a unique way to be answering the call in whatever way Spirit has asked us to answer the call. And that call doesn't always happen when it's convenient, right? The bigger calls of life tend to come when we might think we can't take anymore, right? I remember a comedian talking about when he found out that he was having a 5th child, that he basically felt that he was already drowning and then somebody handed him another baby, right? That's kind of how I felt when I was told I had to go back to ministerial school. I was leading this center. I had teenage kids at home. The church has not been, thriving since COVID, so the work level and what's expected of us as ministers has quadrupled. So the hours we're giving to it is day and night. So we have this amazing exhaustion of trying to figure out what is unity in the future now, because once we offered live stream to our greater community, 80% of the people are watching us online. And that coming into this 500-person building that we have, the operating expenses to keep it open, right? So we were in the midst of that when Shad, my younger brother, who was the president of the Unity Movement at the time, on a camping trip, while I was actually sick with COVID, this was 3 years ago, came to me and said, "I hate to let you know, but you actually have to apply and go back to school." And I was like, "I was ordained in 2017. He said, "Unfortunately, the boxes that you completed, they have now put it over here." And I did feel a little bit like a victim in that moment. I felt like, how much more can the universe ask of one person? Like, one of the things that I've devoted myself to, and I'm probably the most proud of as a title, is mother. I love being a mother. And here I'm in the last stage of my children being home, and now I'm going to be busy working on school, and all of their big moments that are going to be happening, I'm going to be so distracted by the schoolwork. So one of the things that was the blessing in it is that I met 16 other people that were in the same exact situation as me. Everybody was leading a center. Everybody felt that exhaustion, that we needed to come back and regroup and figure out what the future of Unity was. And that's really what the schooling was getting a foundation of how we take these churches and build them again. And I didn't really realize that that was going to be what the schooling was about. And so once I could take hold of that, it was awesome, because I didn't know what to do. And I know Jack didn't know what to do, and I know my classmates didn't. And it's not that they were like, you got to do it this way, and this way, but it's more about inspiration of finding from our experience of running centers what was working and what wasn't working, so we could have a collaborative between 16 ministries of what is working and start to borrow each other's ideas instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, right? So you can see how empowering and amazing that would be. And of course, we went back to the Bible metaphysics, and we went back to sharpening our knowledge of the unity principles and the 12 powers of men and all of the different philosophy, the core values or the revelations of what unity's philosophy is and was. But going into it, I felt forced. Have you ever had something handed to you where you knew you had to do something when you really, really did not feel like you had what it took to step into another thing while you had 70 things already going? And have you noticed when you look back on your life that those were probably integral moments that actually put you on your divine life? Like you finally were answering the call. We got something going like this. So clearly you did something. Can you tell us quickly what it was? You overcame. Right, right. So, right, exactly. I'd overcome all sorts of wonderful, limited things that still existed in my experience. I'm going to go into that a little bit today. So, I was already a licensed unity leader. I had already been ordained by Jack here in 2017. We had a huge celebration. I did the whole thing. And in my mind, and with my mentors at Unity Worldwide, I was finished. I got the boxes done. And then the boxes changed. Suddenly, I was being called back to school at a time when we were in change, right? And we know what change is, change isn't usually comfortable, right? Change is usually pretty uncomfortable. And when you're in a leadership position, you're kind of the person that's holding the balance for all the people that are feeling the fragility. So, and you're putting on a face like you've got it all figured out, and you don't, right? There's pressures to this work. Like when COVID landed on all of us, we're helping you guys walk through this when we're just as shocked by the experience ourselves. But we have to meditate up, and we have to get into a place where we get out of our own way and let Spirit lead and guide the process. And I fought up against that when I was going into the schooling, feeling like, I don't know if I can reinvent myself again. And I think sometimes we look back on our life and some of us believe we had more intense karmic cards than others. Who believes that? That some of us come in basically with a karmic contract where we decided we were going to overcome multiple things. Have you overcome multiple things this lifetime? Yes, right? Right, and so, Edgar Cayce kind of speaks to that. It's not that we're being punished, that there is some sort of consciousness before we enter a lifetime to allow that we're saying, I'm willing to experience divorce this lifetime. I'm willing to lose a child in my case this lifetime. I'm willing to be ordained and then have it taken away and all my titles taken away and then have to gain titles I already earned. Can you imagine what that felt like? And Jack had to come out of retirement and become the senior minister again? You could feel how that could feel uncomfortable, right? But it grew me. It can either break you or it can grow you. And I've always taken the stance is, what is the teacher in this? What is the teacher in this? So Spirit is rarely concerned with our schedules. The universe often has its own agenda for our growth, regardless of whether the timing feels comfortable, convenient, or even possible. You really do find how magical we are when we do get these great tests, that we actually can find time within time that you didn't know, and we realize how linear we are in time, and the many layers of time, and how things shift as we open more and more to the possibilities of the not knowing. Becoming limitless in the opening that we are capable of so much more than we could ever imagine when we are pushed by these opportunities of growth. So as I began the application process, old ghosts appeared. The experience awakened memories from my childhood growing up with a neurodivergent brain, struggling to understand how I learned, often questioning whether I was capable enough, although I had successfully been leading the center for 15 years as a minister. I heard the voice of the broken over the successes of the work I'd already done. You understand that? Like, why can we get, we can get 100 compliments, but one feedback remark that hits this moment, we're obsessed with it all week and we can't find our peace again. And I've been contemplating that, because a big part of this work is we have to listen to feedback, right? I want the feedback. As long as we're divinely called and we're kind in our feedback and we understand that I'm also a human being having a spiritual experience. Me being an ordained minister doesn't make me different than you. I also have feelings. I've also been broken in this life. And I also had to return to some things that were still unresolved, right? So all the schooling I had before that got me ordained in the first place, I had tapped into that brokenness of feeling not good enough but nothing shoved me into it like seminary and the immersive aspects of what it was like to go through it. So although I had successfully completed spiritual education and enrichment and became a licensed unity leader, those old voices were louder than the evidence of my own success. The voices that said, you are not enough. You don't belong here, right? Because why would I have gotten that success and then you take it away and there was no reason? There was no evidence of why, because we didn't know that it was going to be this whole immersive process till we were actually in. So while we were all applying, I think we must have felt a little victimized. That voice that says you'll never be able to do this. Who's heard those voices in their life? And who has conquered those voices? Yeah. It's freeing, right? It's an amazing thing to not have that limitation having any power over us anymore. It's like they say, don't believe everything your mind tells you. Right? Don't believe everything your mind tells you. Get into the resonance and into the presence. Get into the quiet and listen from here. And don't take any action in anything until we get that divine nudge that we're being called for what is next and amazing. So, looking back, I can see how much suffering I created for myself by carrying a diminished sense of myself. I had become so accustomed to those old stories that I embodied them in silence, keeping my insecurities hidden from nearly everyone around me. Then came the application, nearly 50 pages long. Page after page of questions that didn't just ask about my education or experience. They asked about my soul. They invited me to examine my history, my wounds, my calling, my fears, and my deepest desires. The application took months to complete. And somewhere around page 12, I had a revelation, and it was profound. This journey is not happening to you. It is happening for you. And I think, I don't even want to use think because we're using the mind there. I feel I wasn't healed enough. And honestly, it was absolute divine order that I needed to go back inward to really do some healing work. And a big part of the schooling was that healing work and reflection and truth with one's self. So I had to finally put to rest these old, worn-out ideas of myself and unlearn all the aspects of myself that built strength in the limited and start a new, fresh, empty place. We have meditations that are being held on Mondays that are about emptying, the process of emptying oneself. It's big, and it's really, really important. And I thought I was empty. We're going back to the mind there. Don't believe everything you're thinking. But feeling the spaciousness of freedom, right? I realized through all the many practices that we would do as a group, and it always started with prayer, and it always started with meditation, and it always closed with prayer, and it closed with meditation. And my relationship with these people that I was going to school with deepened and deepened. They are a family to me now, so it's sort of bittersweet this last Monday, walking across that stage, because now we're going to go into the work, right, of our individual centers. And we've made sure we'll keep up with each other once a month. But to be immersed daily with people on a spiritual path, I had community, right? I was in my own community that was filling and filling and filling my glass, and it was growing me, and it was healing me, and it was seeing me, and I was seeing them. And we were grieving, and we were in fear, and we were excited. We were going through this whole experience as mirrors of just pure love. And it was powerful. It was incredibly powerful. So having to let go of the old, and emptying So the approach to this education, I had to see it differently. I had to see it as this is happening for me, right? Otherwise, I was going to be fighting up. When we're fighting up against something and we're blocking something, there's no flow, there's no energy involved. So when I'd feel myself fighting up, I would leave that computer. I would not write the papers. I'd always go to nature. I would meditate. I would sing. I'd do whatever I have to do to get into that divine alignment again. This is for you. This is for you. Right? So at that moment, I began to understand mercy in a new way. Mercy was not something God was extending from a distance. Mercy was something I was being invited to extend to myself. I had to stop fighting the frightened child within me. I had to stop believing the inner bully that insisted I wasn't enough. I had to stop measuring myself against old wounds and outdated stories. Mercy became the willingness to meet myself with compassion instead of criticism. Who could use a little bit of that? Meeting oneself with compassion over criticism. So often in life, it's not the people that are outside of us that's being mean to us. We're harder on ourselves than others. It's just that when they do it, we haven't healed our own inner bully. So we're just so fried out because we just won't stop bullying ourselves. Somebody else does something that's unjust, and we're like, because we're so unhealed on the inside with our own stuff, right? I became recognizing that Spirit had never questioned my worthiness, even when I did. And perhaps that is what Jeremiah is teaching us in that statement. Before Jeremiah ever spoke a word, before he accomplished anything, before he felt ready, God said, I knew you. Before Jeremiah ever spoke a word, before he accomplished anything, before he felt ready, God said, I knew you. Can you take that into your being and feel that? And use a different word, spirit, source. Sometimes God is a trigger for people. This unity, this universe, that's based on love and not fear. It is the attracting power that brings us all together, that guides us home to finally loving ourselves. Because if we don't love ourselves, then we don't love God, because we are the expression of that in this world. The second coming of Christ is us in action, in our goodness towards self and other. We are walking each other home to this consciousness of this love that we were born as, and we were new before we even brought out here into this world. This and that karmic contract, that whole idea, even if that is real and we made some sort of conscious decision that we're willing to hurt this lifetime, to overcome the ego and understand the spirit that's beyond the physical, Spirit knew that too. And we can find that in the repeating situations that come up that are different but look and feel the same over and over again. That's when you're coming up against a karmic contract moment or a karmic thing that your soul is to develop this lifetime. We have free will. Edgar Cayce says that, so you don't have to grow. But when you've overcome something that has limited you for a long time, you know what that feels like, right? There's no praise that somebody else can give you like the mercy and the praise you can give oneself when you've blown your own mind and saw the spirit of love moving through you as you in this life. So, before Jeremiah ever spoke a word, before he accomplished anything, before he felt ready, God said, I knew you. Not, I will know you once you prove yourself. Not, I will know you once you overcome your fears. Not, I will know you once you become qualified. Qualified. So, it's just as simple as I knew you. The mercy of Spirit is the eternal remembrance of who we are before fear, before doubt, before limitation. The mercy of Spirit is the loving truth that our mistakes insecurities, and perceived inadequacies can never separate us from our divine identity. I'll be teaching a class on this in the fall. I'll be also teaching a prosperity class in the fall when we get back past Welcome Back Sunday. Oh, I didn't mean to go there. But the call of the Spirit is never based on our readiness. It is based on love's knowing. Before I was ready, I was called. I was called to be a minister after I lost my son Luca. And I felt like I was walking alone in the dark days of the grief afterwards. And I felt so lost. I had a husband that just went to sleep for a year, basically. So I didn't have any support. I was just wandering around this apartment. I didn't know what to do with myself. And I didn't have anybody to lean on. My parents they just had such a spiritual view on all of it. And it was like they weren't willing to meet me in that darkness. Like I needed somebody to meet me in the pain. But they never had pain like that. Right? And I needed like a mentor, somebody that could understand the breathtaking, just the pain that I was in. And about 3 days into the experience, I was taking a nap myself after not sleeping for like 72 hours. And it was during the day, and I woke up, and I sat up out of my body. I saw my body sleeping. And my grandmother that had passed away a few years before was standing there with me. And she was holding my baby. And she let me hold the baby and feel its aliveness and the whole energy of it. And then she started walking towards a tunnel that was in my hallway that went from my bedroom to my eldest daughter's bedroom. And there's all these people along the side singing my name, Syntysche, 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 as my grandma was walking out with my baby. And I tried to walk into the tunnel with her. And she turned around and she says, there was no words, but I heard her say, you have to stay. But the love in the singing of my name in harpsichord sounds, when I woke up, I was devastated that it was still happening, but I knew that somebody had my baby, which was the biggest thing. Somebody that I loved dearly, that I trusted, had him. And I could start to heal. I could start, and it wasn't only that I could start to heal there, I now knew something that I had to tell everybody. Oh my God, there is life beyond life. We are not limited to this physical experience. There is something bigger. There's something palpable. There's a love that if you knew it, you really wouldn't want to be in the physical world. Really. You hear that from the NDE people. When you've had a near-death experience, you've experienced that kind of love, you're like, oh, do I have to go back to the physical world? Because it's stressful here. It's a painful thing. I mean, there's gloriousness, and there's heaven on earth. But life is a school. It's a teacher, it's a developer, it's a mover, it's a strength builder. And you don't want to be critical about it, and you don't want to be mad about a God, because if you've had a kind of a fluctuating, difficult life, it's because you're meant to be a master. And I know anybody that's sitting in unity is a master. You know why? Because we're not placating to a God outside of ourselves. We're not trying to get to some separate heaven or hell. We're holding ourselves responsible for what we're bringing to our own lives and to others. That's much bigger than having fear and guilt of something outside of us that we can't see, that we're trying to manipulate. This love is in the midst of us. Jesus said, the heaven is in the midst of you, and these works that I do, you will do even more if you go to the Father, which is Spirit. We are here to be masters. We're here to be miracle workers and understand that innately we can move mountains. But if we let the things that broke us in our childhoods, and when we let the people that broke our hearts or the shatterings of spirit, if we haven't taken the time to rebuild this inner chamber of love, we're going to keep attracting that darkness that's living in us, because it's not what we think that we have, it's what we feel is how we do the law of attraction. If we feel poorly, we're going to keep attracting poor experiences and poor behavior from others. So we're invited to recognize that it's not really about cause and effect. It's the law of order. Finding order within oneself. Making one's love for self to be important, not to the ego, not for pretty nose jobs and stupid stuff like this and nice cars and houses. It's about a love of the soul that came in unbroken and unscathed, and finding and remembering you. So the illusions that had to die when I had thought about going into this process was the thought that I had to have all of the answers. I've let go of that illusion. That illusion kept me trapped forever. I had to stop with comparisons between my father's ministry and what was being birthed through me for my ministry. I had to let go of the illusion that I could be everything for everybody. Man, that was a huge weight off my shoulders. I can't be everything for everybody, and I'm not going to try anymore, because that's a burnout moment right there. I'm going to try. I mean, I am a people pleaser a little bit still, but not to the point where I take up what innately is needed for me to lead this center. I had to give up the illusion that I was doing it on my own and live in the knowing that I was doing this with God through me. One of the things that I learned the most in this process is that I have a marriage that is so solid, you can't even imagine how our marriage was tested through this. He had no attention from me, trust. My kids were like little less bits. They got that attention because I was not willing to sacrifice missing anything that they did. I didn't miss any big moments of their senior years in high school. Both of them had senior years during the schooling. All of their awards and all their different things. He took a back burner. And he was there when I was crying and I was in fear and I couldn't go on and I didn't know what to do. And he just listened and loved me. Anything he could fix, he would. He took up the space where I didn't have anything else to give, and he became the mom in the house where I couldn't meet and match things. I've never experienced love in a relationship like this. We've been married for 11 years, but I never really appreciated the master spirit that I attracted into my life finally, to be able to walk with somebody that cares so deeply about me. And he could never know how much I love him too. So I want to close with this, that I have also parents that were unwavering. You guys were unwavering. My friends were unwavering. My children, I don't know. I don't think they realized what I did till last Monday. And then they looked like big-eyed, like, whoa, what did mom do here? You know, it's like, you know, you told them 100 times that but you know, there's like, it's like, that's mom. Like, who cares what she's doing? It's about me, right? What I learned about God was that God was present when I felt alone. Grace appeared when I felt unqualified, and divine order was operating when everything seemed chaotic. The Christ within was stronger than my fear. When I thought I was lost, God was leading. Many people think ordination is the graduation, but ordination is just the beginning. I have been praying, and you've been in a collective prayer. Our church has been in a collective prayer. There is a bedrock of people holding our center in their mind's eyes and their hearts to see us moving forward and being able to stay in our beautiful building and grow this incredible community to the new unity, not what it was, but where we're headed. And I'm excited, and I feel extremely humbled to lead us through that valley. And I'm just grateful for all of you. Thank you for being you. Thank you. Amen.
Well, have we all accepted that we are divine in origin and our calling is to become divine in expression? And that's what we're about doing in Unity, and the new Unity is going to so embody that. We are going to be here capable of watching it happening. So she's right in thanking all of you in this process, because you are in this by divine appointment. You are not here onlookers only. You are participants in the new unity of Boulder and participants in the changes that are in the process of coming now into our world. We are going to see extraordinary things take place in the world, and we are going to be part of making those extraordinary things reveal the presence of God in every person, in every place, in every condition, under all circumstances. God will prevail as love. So Syntysche has arrived and shared with you a mind and heart-opening reality, not just a talk, but a reality that we are all in the process of living. This world is going to become the consciousness divine. This world is going to become the new heaven in earth. So let's look forward to that. And those of you that are watching on a screen, I invite you to support the truths that you are seeking in Unity by supporting Unity of Boulder. And you can do that by going to unityofboulder.com, and you can find different ways on there to donate. We want to also thank all those people that are recurring tithers. You're helping us understand how much money we have each month to allocate for the things that need to be done. So we have to have priorities, working on them. And we've got plenty of things that need to be done. So our thanks to you for being so faithful as to be a recurring tither. And everyone here now can bring into their hands that gift they'd like to make to Unity of Boulder. And let's bless this gift with this offering prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, because I give. And so it is. Amen. And we have our in-resident poet to share with you these beautiful thoughts and this beautiful music.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, everybody. And especially thank you, Syntysche, and congratulations. Thank you for doing your work for us and the world, as well as for yourself. Yeah. And before I share this this poem with you, I want to tell you that we never talk about what's the talk is going to be about, and I'd love to see how they go together. And this is just the perfect poem to celebrate you and us. And this poem is for all of you, saying thank you for being community, that the return of the Buddha, of the Christ, the growth of spirit is community. So thank you for being here together. And this poem is dedicated to all of you. mandala. I remember myself before you. Even the gods were lonely. My days were prayer flags from a high mountains longing with no winds to move them. I looked into that long cobalt sky and couldn't feel my edges. But then you appeared. Spiral to my spiral. Inhale to my exhale. The wind of our hands rising, meeting, lifting me from who I thought I was. We are ready now to become the ones we know each other to be. You are magnificent, star song. Seedling, the calm pond at the edge of the spring creek. The ray illumining this day. You, luminous mandala, woven tapestry, the vertical ruby threads to my spun blue horizon, drumming the wind, lighting the path of night. You, the poem that changed the moon, from silver sliver to overflowing full. Y'all got a part coming up here. My simple coyote cry answered. Thank you. You are the mortar between the granite stones of my foundation. The fire that lights the sage, the cleansing smoke, the renewal, the becoming for one another, whole, present, clear. You are my opening rose of forever, of forgive. I find my generosity in you. My heart grows rich in your soil. I know which way to turn. I am found. Together, our hands meet, nourishing each mythic call. Together, we expand into one shared heart. Together, our song becomes sacred, becomes the future resonant of a harmonious world. Together, we place a stone of remembrance on the cairn of our ancestors. I am related to all your relations. I see you. I am here. From my forever into your forever. Thank you for remembering me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Val, for that beautiful music and poetry. Wow, powerful, powerful stuff. So I will be having my open heart discussion group right after the service, the back of the sanctuary back here. We'll be holding our open source young adult group, which is for 18 to 25 years old, and that takes place in the conference room in the bookstore. Can I help you? Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, this is so cool. Oh my gosh, look at this. Amazing. Thank you so much. I'm going to put this right here, yeah. Okay. I will definitely put that somewhere in my house. All right, well, we'll close with our closing, let there be peace on earth, and then we'll go into I release and I let go. We also have fellowship right after. There's food over here, and then we have our meeting. You can grab some coffee and some tea, and then we can meet for about 40 minutes in the back of the sanctuary. All right, let's all rise. Oh, we have prayer partners available to you. They're standing right here. If you're facing a challenge, just stay seated after the service, and they'll take you to our beautiful meditation room. All right, here we go.
Perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous song to take and live in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
So it is.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. It's a holy gift for God.